Sometimes it seems like tests dictate your life. Almost every big decision seems to involve a test. Will I get my permit, or will I be taking the bus? Will my scores get me into an Ivy League school, or will I be heading to my safety school? Today, we're going to tell you about a test that'll help you far more than good grades or great parallel parking skills. It won't dictate your life, but it'll help you understand yourself and others better. We'll be looking at the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, a personality test that actually started as a way to get women into the workforce. Now, it's taken by 2.5 million men, women, and children each year. We'll show you how this test can help you become more aware of your personality traits, and then teach you how to use this awareness to get more out of yourself at work and at school. Ready? The Myers-Briggs test was first developed in the 1940s by Catherine Cook Briggs and her daughter-in-law, Isabel Myers. When the U.S. entered World War II, many women entered the workforce for the first time. Myers saw a very specific need in the market for a personality test, one that would help women figure out what sort of jobs they were well suited for. Thus, the Myers-Briggs personality test was born. Today's exercise will give you an introduction into the different personality types, so you can start to think about which categories you fall into.
Can the advisors please click pause in a second? You will have some printed worksheets. Hand these out, please. Grade 10 students are to tick alongside the boxes they think best describes them. Please choose only one word for each number. Pause now and start the video once everyone has one of these worksheets in front of them. Thank you.
Step 1. Are you an extrovert or an introvert? Are you a Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash? This category deals with what stimulates people. Are you the kind of person who gets pumped up in busy social situations? Or are you more fulfilled when reading a book? Extroverts respond to external stimuli, being around large groups of people, for example. Whereas introverts are stimulated internally by reflection, toying around with ideas, and analyzing an interesting train of thought. Step 2. Do you sense or intuit? This category deals with how you gather information and learn. Some people rely mainly on the information at hand. They look for the facts, concrete details, tangible data. They're mainly focused on minutia and want to get to the bottom of things quickly, like Joe Friday. They want the facts, ma'am. Others prefer to look for connections between ideas. Rather than nailing down facts, they're more interested in the bigger picture than the nitty-gritty. These fall under the intuition category. Step 3. Would you consider yourself more of a thinker or a feeler? This one is the classic Spock versus Kirk dilemma. How do you make decisions? Do you analyze all the data at hand exhaustively, write out a pros and con list, think logically through a problem? Or do you go with your gut, let your emotions be your compass for a situation? Step 4. Are you perceiving or judging? An easy way to look at this one is to ask yourself, how do you respond to deadlines? If you plan your work out far in advance and manage to get everything done on time, you're probably judging. On the other hand, if you see deadlines as more of a suggestion than a hard and fast rule, and you're constantly changing your work up until the very last second, you're a perceiver. What did you come up with? ESFP? INTJ? Let's recap. Today, we went over 4 main personality categories of the Myers-Briggs personality test, an indicator developed in the 40s by amateur psychologists. Your personality is a series of 4 letters: E, extrovert, or I, introvert, S, sensing, or N, intuitive, F, feeling, or T, thinking, and P, perceiving, or J, judging.
Great. Now that you've learned about the Myers-Briggs personality test, we'll go on to do a task on our platform called Maia Learning. We log in with Microsoft. So go to where it says sign in with Microsoft. And from here, it should log you straight into the dashboard. In some cases, you may need to click a couple of times in that starting screen that says log in using Microsoft. Yeah, so do be persistent. It might not work the first time or the first two times, but once you are in your dashboard, your login will look something like this. It'll be slightly different from your end because you are looking at the student end. This is my counselor end looking at your information as a student. You will see a task here that says Myers-Briggs personality test. And then if you click on view, it'll have a pop-up looking like this. So that gives you the due date over there. You can see there are some links on the highlighted parts where it says personality, journals, and so on. Do click on personality. It will automatically direct you to go and do the assessment. If you then go back to your dashboard and you click on character, right under dashboard, it's got character. At the moment, it probably looks something like this if you have not done any of these assessments. But once you've done your assessment, it will give you a report that looks something like that. So it will be there on personality, right? So here, this particular individual was an entrepreneur with the personality ESTP. Again, you should know what these abbreviations mean, these letters mean from the description earlier on Myers-Briggs. And if you go deeper into that, it will actually show you where you lie on the spectrum, give you some details about what that means and how you can apply some of that in your own thinking and in your own decisions. It will also show you some careers that you may be best suited for. It is best that you actually read deeply about this, think about it. If you do not feel like it is a great representation of who you are, probably you may need to retake it again. Be more thoughtful about your answers to these questions, as these answers will greatly help you a lot in understanding how you approach different aspects of life. If you go back on the dashboard, you can then click on the left where it says portfolio. You can click on the left where it says portfolio to take you to the journals, or you can click on view on the assessment. As I mentioned earlier, the personality part is highlighted there. So that's where you go to take the personality test. But after that, you can then go to journals. As you can see, there are some questions that we asked here. Does this seem right to you? Did you learn something new about yourself, or did it confirm something about yourself that you already knew? You can then go on to put some notes on your journal. So your journal is on the portfolio section there on the left side of your Maya Learning. And if you go on journals, it will allow you to click there and add some notes. We will be able to view these notes and we'll be able to discuss some of these with you over time. And of course, do make it a habit of taking some notes from each of the activities and assessments that we give you, as these will continue to inform you. It'll be interesting to also see for yourself how these have changed over time. Thank you very much. Now go ahead and do that assessment.